guys.
Welcome to our channel. This is Raw.
And I'm George.
I'm Ava.
And we have a rather interesting topic for you guys as we're driving this beautiful, beautiful scenery.
We seem to be always making these videos in the rain, in the car.
Indeed.
Indeed we do. So we're heading back to Hanover. This is our destination. So we have like an hour to kill. We thought, hey, we could do a lot. We're going to be talking about everything and anything that's coming to mind. I have this one thing that I've been actually wanting to talk about because I've seen it all over the internet lately, and people seem to be spotting hooded. What are you, cloaked? You call them cloaks?
Yeah, cloaked being or spirit or entity.
Entity, but they're always in a cloak. And there's more and more people out there who are actually seeing these, like I said, reporting them on YouTube. I've had an experience, and so has George.
Yeah, her experience rubbed off on me one night.
So makes sense. I think they just I don't know. I think they're showing themselves by accident. Okay, so people, excuse the reach. It's when we're turning, I have to stabilize the camera.
Cool.
So, as I was saying, yeah, more and more people are spotting these. Now, the first time I ever noticed anything about something weird like that was I woke up one night and at the edge of my bed, something in a cloak was staring at me. And then it faded away, and then I saw my cat poster. I was wide awake when that happened. I know what I saw. I didn't get to really see the face. All I know is, very dark eyes. No, it was like blackened. You couldn't see the eyes, but a very narrow face. That was one time. So, and that was my experience. And then there was George's, right?
I was in my basement. Actually, I fell asleep on the couch in the basement. And near the morning hours, I felt like as if there's a presence watching me, literally to the point that I actually woke up from my sleep. As I opened my eyes, what seemed at first like a figure clothed, like with a hoodie on top or sort of, but I couldn't see its face. And it was almost like I can't see it and I could see it. Natural reaction would be, are my eyes playing tricks on me? What am I looking at? I opened and just stood up right away. As if that entity realized that I see it and it was moving apart, moving away. And by that time, I realized that what I'm actually seeing. So I started chasing it, going after it, and it was like literally moving through the air in a corridor of my basement. And the more I come close to it, it just kind of faded away. And I go, son of a gun, was afraid of me.
He chased it.
Chased it away, actually.
Who does that?
Yeah.
George.
But
he chases it down. That's awesome. Not me, man. I was like freaked right out, especially when it started fading away, and I was like, what? I sat up in bed and I was like scared. I was scared.
I'm very curious, actually.
I know, yeah. Like I said, you went chasing after it. It ran away from you. So, and once again, I think we're not supposed to see them, but we catch them off guard. That's the only thing I can think of, because
it's almost as if they did not expect us to see them.
Well, especially yours.
Yeah.
Right? Yours ran away from you.
Yeah.
So, and once again, and there's more and more people out there who are reporting that they see these things and they don't see the faces. And then you hear other things about, if you see different colors in their eyes, will tell you what their ranks are. Like, what?
So it's really interesting you say that, because I think I sent you a link a while ago about these shadow people. And me and Adam were watching. And another incident I had is one time I was going home from your place. I was driving on the highway. It was really dark at night. And from the corner of my eye, I thought I saw one of those, let's call them shadow people, cloaked. And we locked eyes, and what caught my attention is like the red dots that he had. But the second I locked eyes with that, whatever that entity is, it kind of vanished right away. The funny thing is, though, I'm telling my son Adam that same story, as we're watching a YouTube episode about these shadow people, and I'm telling him the exact same thing I just told you guys about the red eyes. And as soon as I finished talking, the guy in the YouTube video said the same thing. The ones with the red eyes are more of the evil ones, more malevolent.
Yep. Scary ones.
Yeah, the ones scary. And it was really
Yeah, like-
funny to see Adam's reaction. Oh my God! It's like something so weird. He was about to take for granted, and somebody right away validated it on YouTube. So it gives credibility.
I know, and then you told me about that, and then I was telling you about the one that my sister, which I was going to tell you that story, that my sister, she was the one who saw the other one, and I was sleeping, and I made a clubhouse, you do things like that when you're a kid, and we were sleeping out there in sleeping bags and stuff, and my sister woke up to somebody calling my name, and when she looked over the ridge, because we were not in the above, she said she saw red eyes looking at her through the crack of the door at the top. There were barn doors, right? So, excuse my reach, people. So, when she said to me, I was like, with red eyes, and she's like, it had red eyes, and I kept asking for you. And I go, well, why didn't you wake me up? And she goes, she was so scared, she didn't want to say a word. She just curled up right up at me. She was scared to death, and she just wanted it to go away. She said what freaked her out the most was how tall it was. She said it was peaking at the top of the barn doors. That's 11 feet. So she said she couldn't get that out of her mind of how tall it was. She said not so much, she was already like wanting to pee her pants when the red eyes thing happened, but in her brain she kept saying that it's 11 feet. The thing is 11 feet tall. Yeah, and that scarred her. That was the last time that we ever slept in the clubhouse.
Wow.
And we lived in that house for 5 more years after that. So no going back to that place.
So the question is, what is that thing? Are they shadow people, cloaked entity? If you guys know, identify.
I think they're different from shadow people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I do. I think they're really different from shadow people. I don't know. I just don't feel that they're the same.
Same. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I think they come from different universes.
Well, at least another dimensional reality to here. So I mean, that's why they manifest in whatever form they take. Or what about the other guy? Was that cloaked some form of mechanism?
Well, see, that's I was going to go with when you see a shadow person, nobody describes what they're wearing. You can't see what they're wearing or whatever. With these other beings, people are saying they're cloaked.
Yeah.
Like we are seeing cloak. I saw a cloak. Right?
That was my only time I saw one too.
Yeah, like I saw a cloak. So what are those? Does anybody out there know what they are? If you think of, give us your theory.
Yeah, put
I
that
would
in
love
the comments.
to.
Definitely
Love to
reply.
hear it. Remember to like too, right?
Subscribe.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, that's interesting. So here's a thought. What if that cloak that we see as robe, whatever it is, it's some sort of a mechanical device by whatever standards, mechanics that they use, that allows them to transition from their reality to our reality? You know what I mean? Some sort of a...
Yeah, but why would we just see a face? Why, or partly a
Why?
face,
Good
or
question. Yeah.
if the cloak was not working, we would see everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe some of us are just a little bit third eye. We're seeing them with the third eye.
Maybe they had a wardrobe malfunction, something like that.
Oh my God, you keep saying that.
No, I just said it one time.
Okay.
But I had it in mind twice before, which I'm not surprised why you said what you
Moving
just said.
on.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, I think they're two different kinds of things.
Yeah.
And it's because we can see that they're clothed, and the other ones we don't really see
Them of any clothes. Yeah.
or structure of what their face might look like, or you know what I mean? They're like a blobby thing of blackness.
That's right.
You can see that it's a form of something moving, and but
Remember the incident that we saw one of those guys together at the same time? Well, actually, you pointed him out to me at the cottage on the chair.
Right. I think we talked about this already
In the previous old video, yeah, we did.
How, well, I see, and once again, I don't think that was a malfunction. It's just because of who I am, honestly, and I don't know, I just feel things. I actually saw...
Humanist form.
Yeah, it's like a heat thing moving, like, and sitting down.
Yeah, in my case, I did not see that. I saw
No,
more
you didn't see it walking.
No,
I did.
It was more like shades of color changing in the middle of the air. You know what I mean? Like darker shade moving.
Yeah, like a darker. You see, like almost like a shadow or something, right?
Exactly. We're like moving through the air. And all of a sudden, it's lighter spots.
You see, once again, you saw, I guess maybe something taking that airspace.
Yeah.
Because that's what I saw. It was something taking that space. But once again, I'm going to say, it was like it sat down to listen to what we were talking about. And we were talking about aliens, I believe, at that time or something, right? And it did not expect me to abruptly stop my conversation and look and say, do you see that? And it got up and left. Like you saw the form get up and left.
Yeah.
So we got it off guard. How come some of us can see that kind of stuff? Like
what's so special about people that they can see it?
And others who don't. But you know, you're a witness, you saw it as well.
Oh, of course,
so,
yeah.
I mean,
I even felt the heat.
no drugs,
on that
people.
side. No,
you know, no
drugs.
drinking. So yeah,
But
like
we did, yeah. So one way to explain it is the middle, the third eye chakra, in my case, may have swung a bit to the left, where it's the unconscious part.
see, and he goes that way, and I'm thinking that, you know, I think these things will creepy. That's creepy. I don't care.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it?
Talking what we're talking about, and then seeing that they're Mennonites walking on the street, or from a distance, all you see is this black figure walking.
Yeah, sorry we didn't show you on camera. Camera is kind of settled up.
There's some Mennonites there.
Oh, yeah, we see them. But they're walking.
Oh, a whole bunch of them around about. Sorry, guys. So what were we saying?
Shadow people talking about them and the Mennonites.
Yeah, that kind of just threw me off. It was just the distance of how her dress was blowing in the wind and everything. It was like, ooh.
Do you remember the story that I told you that we kind of related it to the children, black-eyed children? That looked like Mennonites girls. I don't think we ever told that story on camera, did we?
I don't know, but I do remember you never heard about them, and me warning you, don't pull over and help them, just keep going.
Exactly. So let's tell the audience what's it all about. Another form of entity, whatever, spiritual, demonic, whatever entity out there, we call it black-eyed people.
I don't, kids, no, they're not people. They're
Kids,
not grown
right,
up.
black-eyed kids.
There's no adult ones, they're all children.
That's right. And what they are, and please correct me if I'm wrong, it's almost like kids, and they have no life to them. Their eyes are black, and as the story goes, they always knock on the door and ask to come in, right? Something along these lines. So
or if you break down in a car, there's a lot of car stories. Or that they see like this young child on the road and they pull over and say, "Are you okay?" And then they get this dreadful feeling, like they bring on dread.
Almost like soulless.
Yeah, they like, and they just, people say they just want to get away from them.
Yeah.
They just want to get away from them.
Wow, yeah. So, one of those stories that I'm driving down the highway, I think it was like 1 or 1:30 in the morning. And just to give you guys an idea, it's like a two-way highway, almost like in the boonies. Like
we are in the boonies.
In the boonies, exactly. And, you know, I'm driving and I got my high beams on. And what looked like two Mennonite girls, both dressed exactly the same. It was more like a white dress, like, you know, all the way conservative looking, kind of dressy as if they're religious or something. And I'm looking, I go, that's an odd image for 1:30 in the morning on that deserted highway. Where are they going? And they were just walking, not phased at all by my high beams. And as I'm looking, we kind of pass size and just eerie feeling. And again, I'm going 100, so I just kind of see something that is very out of place. Like we shouldn't belong there. Where were they walking in the middle of a highway? 1:30 in the morning.
So he tells me the next day. And of course, for me, this is the way I am. I start asking questions. Did they shield their eyes from your high beams? And his face is like, no.
They did not.
Did not.
Did not even bother them.
I'm sorry, human beings would cover their eyes or squint or something. Like children naturally would block that light away. Just completely block it.
Mm-hmm. They did it. Did not even phase them.
And you know they're not really Mennonite kids because they would be in bed.
Exactly.
Go
That's
outside
1:30 a.m. And they look 12-year-olds, like almost like 12-year-old twins. So we're.
You were saying that the black-eyed children look like twins.
Yeah, they would look like they were twins, like a 12-year-old girls, maybe 8 or 12. I'm not sure. Remember, I passed them really quick. The image was just so odd, and they were dressed the same and looked alike. Looked the same as well. Very scary, odd image at 1:30 in the morning on an empty highway.
Yeah, that would be kind of scary. And like I said to him, and people out there, man, if you're pulling over to see if that person's okay and they're talking with no tone and just they look off and you feel dread, that's the number one thing that everybody says, they feel dread.
Pay attention to your feelings.
Listen to that gut feeling. Close that window and say sorry, you can't help them, and keep going. Just leave them behind. Maybe call the cops. Come and check out that there's this kid out here or something. You see those eyes? Just...
Yeah, they look empty, like almost like black.
No, they say they are black.
Yeah, but...
Most people that had, like, face-to-face, you drove by.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, these people on YouTube actually face-to-face interact, talk to them, and they said their eyes were...
black and empty.
Yeah, and this is the weird thing, is like they don't even notice it at first because they're talking and they're not making the eye contact. You know what I mean? And it's when they make that, when they're feeling something and then they actually take a good look at the kid, and that's when they're like, they have black eyes. Run away.
Yeah.
Run away.
And it's interesting because usually a lot of people, when they see them first, and your mind kind of gives you like the trigger warning, you kind of at the same time deny it. No, it's not what I think.
It's children.
But the image creeps up on you, then you're kind of thinking, wait a minute, there's something not right about these children. So listen to that thought. If you feel that way, turn to it right away, because if you feel out the words children, remember, there's something there. There's something about it.
Why you stop talking?
No, that's what came up.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, the sky is beautiful.
The sky is. And that was my encounter with the black-eyed kids.
I have no experience in that.
Thank God.
Yeah, I don't want to.
No.
No, I don't want to. Though, you know, I've been watching some stuff that's been creeping me out about the woods, that's for sure. And I'm a camper. I love going camping, getting into the woods, getting away from people and vibrations of everybody. And, yeah. But then you hear these stories. I mean, you have Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Right?
Forests.
Then you get people who just like go disappearing and then finding them. Besides either their weapon and their clothes are always inside out. Show up like months later, but they're still got the flesh like if they just recently died. That's creepy.
Is that, didn't they make a movie out of that? Not a movie, but like a biography kind of?
Well, I know that...
Children 411?
Pardon?
Children 411?
No, it's Missing.
Missing, thank you.
missing.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what missing for a
You
while.
asked me a question and you like talk right over me when I'm trying to tell you. I was going to tell you it's missing.
Missing, sorry.
That's where I was going with it. So, yeah, you get like that guy's awesome. You guys should actually go and watch his stuff. It will make you like what's going on, question things, why the government tries to keep you out in certain areas too. You know what I find amazing about that? That a lot of the children that go missing are usually the ones that are, there's something wrong with them. Like they have some kind of disability or something. It seems to be the case.
Really?
Deaf or disabled, or there's something wrong with their, their genes. Right? So I find that like why? Like those are the ones that go missing. Or you have toddlers that like go for miles and miles and no way to get up on the mountain. When they're up on the mountain, that's where they found them a couple of days later.
Wow, how'd they get there? Interesting
How
question.
did they get there? There's this one kid who said it was a big hairy man. Very big hairy man.
Really? Like Bigfoot description?
Bigfoot! That's what I thought. That was the first thing that popped in my head. Bigfoot.
Interesting. Leave him in Apple, guys.
Oh my goodness. Yes. I go camping. I take apples with me. For me, it's just like if there is Bigfoot, you're on their turf. And they would be old school as a trade. So I will give you a couple of apples and let me camp on your land. Hey, it doesn't hurt. Even if the Bigfoot's looking at an animal, it will feed an animal. So give back. Just give back.
It's almost like you walk into a native land, you give him a gift, he respects you, he says please stay. It's like almost like a handshake with Bigfoot.
So I just take apples with me just in case because, you know, it's hard to, I don't know how should I put this, like, if there is, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I'd rather just give the offering. It's not, it costs me nothing to do it, once again, like, and that way I will always come back home.
Almost a cheap way of buying protection. Okay.
Very cheap, yes. Well, that you carry a weapon, which I have 2 weapons that I bring with me because I also heard that they don't like weapons. Always make sure to carry a weapon with you. So
that was Bigfoot.
Bigfoot stuff.
So we covered the black-eyed kids.
Shadow people.
Shadow people, right. Bigfoot. What other entities do we know exist here on Earth that are irregular, so to speak?
My opinion about jellyfish and octopuses, I believe that they are aliens. I do. I believe they come from somewhere else. They are beautiful and different and unique. An octopus would change color when it gets mad. We're turning here. You know, like, they're smart. They can squeeze into anything. They can open up jars. Close a jar. They're curious. Awesome creatures. I find them very fascinating.
Very intelligent creatures too, by the way.
Yes, I find them fascinating. Okay, sorry for the reach people. Returning.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to get a rubber mat for this thing.
We'll edit.
All right.
And they actually, remember the story you and I talked about before about a couple who saved an octopus because I think it was tied
Yes.
to a net too far from the beach. One of those,
Yes.
I don't remember the detail.
Yes, I do
And
remember.
You remember, right?
Yes.
And when they saw the octopus the next day, the octopus remembered them and followed them.
Touching him and
Yeah.
saying thank you.
His way.
Yep, in his way. Nice, nice. Oh, it handled it. Oh, that was close.
Try to slow down.
Yeah, so I believe that they're, I believe that personally, I think that we don't know much about the water at all in the ocean. I do believe that there's things that live in there that we don't know about. I think we live here on this solid ground and they live like mermaids and stuff like that. Who knows? was it? There could be. Ooh, a little bumpy.
If you like to see more videos like this, please consider supporting our work by visiting the Zen Shadows website at www.zenshadows.com. It is a rapidly growing clothing line designed by Ava and myself to enhance the meditative experience. So the seeker, the practitioner will actually embody by wearing the symbol that they're meditating upon on their clothes as themselves, and this way the meditative process, the alchemical process, gets internalized, and it does really work in terms of enhancing the meditation. So with that being said, check this out.
Very smoothly. My arms just lift up very easily. It's very beautifully designed. And it's very comfortable. You can wear it anywhere. You can sleep with it.
So thank you guys so much for joining us here. This was a small taste of things to come. Please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and feel free to leave your comments and questions as well. We read them all. Best of luck, stay safe, stay connected, and we'll see you guys in the next video.